Hi, good morning. In Compensation and Welfare Management, in today's class, we are going to see about factors influencing compensation plans and policies. In the same way, in the last video, we have seen about employee compensation, and now let's see what are the types of employee compensation. Let's have a look over types of compensation. There are mainly two types of compensation: direct compensation and indirect compensation. Now, what is meant by direct compensation? Name itself, it is having that direct. Direct means what we are getting from the employer directly. What the compensation we are getting from the employer directly is known as direct compensation. In the same way, what is meant by indirect? Indirect means in the name itself this is having indirect compensation, which means indirectly what we are getting from the employer, maybe in the form of gifts. Now let's have a brief about the direct and indirect compensation, and in the same way let's have the types of direct compensation and indirect compensations also. Direct compensation refers to monetary benefits offered and provided to employees in return of the services they provide to the organization. Direct compensation means it refers to monetary benefits, that means the benefits what the employee is receiving in the form of money are known as direct compensation. And in the same way, how the direct compensations will be there means the monetary benefits include, the monetary benefits mainly includes basic salary, house rent allowances, leave travel allowances, bonus, gratuity, etc. They are given at a regular interval at a definite time, which means in some organizations they form house rent alliances, leave travel alliances, etc., and as well as bonus too. This is about direct compensation. Now let's see what are the types of direct compensation in a brief. Here there are some of the direct compensation terms. Let's have a look over them. One is basic salary. Basic salary means it is the initial rate of compensation an employee receives in exchange for services. హియర్ బేసిక్ శాలరీ మీన్స్ ఇనీషియల్గా ఒక ఎంప్లాయీకి తను అందించిన సర్వీసెస్కి ఎక్స్చేంజ్లో ఒక ఎంప్లాయీ రిసీవ్ చేసుకునే పేమెంట్. దిస్ మే బీ యాజ్ అన్ అవర్లీ రేట్ ఆర్ యాజ్ వీక్లీ, మంత్లీ ఆర్ యాన్యువల్ శాలరీ టూ. దిస్ ఈజ్ నోన్ యాజ్ బేసిక్ శాలరీ. అండ్ ద నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ మెడికల్ రియంబర్స్మెంట్. Medical reimbursements providing medical benefits. If an employee is feeling unhealthy or organizations are having like GSK or ITC, they provide medical assurance and medical facilities to their employees. And in the same way, while coming to medical reimbursement, which means it is a form of medical insurance. Why? Because if an employee is affected with any medical emergency, the company will take care of him, the organization will take care of that employee. That is medical reimbursement. And the third one is house rent allowances. House rent allowances means some organizations will provide accommodation to their employees. In the same way, if there is no area or there is no scope for providing an house, the organization will provide some house rent allowances in their salary, which means they'll get house rent as an extra income. And the second and the now let's see the fourth direct compensation type is conveyance. Conveyance is nothing but a traveling allowance. The allowance given to the employees for traveling from residence to the workplace and vice versa is termed as conveyance allowance. This allowance is in addition to the basic salary structure that the employee receives. Some organizations will provide traveling allowances also, and in the same way they provide the cab, which is useful for an employee to travel from his home to office. And the next one is leave travel allowance. Leave travel allowance means a organization will provide a leave travel leave, which means though the employee is traveling, which means it provides an offer to travel the. Now let's see the fifth type of direct compensation is leave travel allowance. Leave travel allowance means it is the employer's reward to employees for the hard work, wherein they grant the employees leave while bearing all travel expenses. Additionally, LTA also helps the employees save tax. Here, here leave travel allowance means the employer will give the employee, the organization will bear all the travel expenses by giving leave to the employee. In the same way, by using this LTA, an employee will get tax benefit also under the employee will get tax benefit under the Section 10(5) of Income Tax Act 1961 for expenses incurred for traveling when on leave anywhere in the country. This is the one of the main allowance what organization will provide for the employee for his hard work. And in the sixth one is bonus. Bonus means it may be extension to our salary, which means for hike of which means how they give bonus means in our salary we will get 10% more, which means for suppose if you are getting 20,000 as salary, in 20,000 what is 10%? 2,000, right? Then we will get 22,000 that month, in which in the particular month when the organization want to provide us bonus. And the last one is special allowances. Special allowances means what we'll get over the salary, over and above the basic salary, are known as special allowances. Now let us see what is meant by indirect compensation. Indirect compensation refers to non-monetary benefits offered and provided to employees in lieu of the services provided by them to the organization. Indirect compensation means it is a non-monetary benefit, which means we will get the benefit not in the form of cash, not in the form of money. We will get these in the form for the services what we provide to the organization. They include paid leave, car or transportation, medical aids and assistance. Let's see what are the types of indirect compensation. The indirect compensations are like leave policy. Leave means in some organization if you are working hard and we are the some organizations will provide their employees some paid leaves, which means though we are in leave we will get our pay. In the same way, overtime policy, if we are doing overtime we will get more, like not in the form of money but we can get like many benefits, like non-monetary benefits, like providing car or providing house rent, house like something. And hospitalization means I already told that hospitalization means providing medical benefits to an employee and his family also. And the fourth indirect compensation is providing insurance, which means the company itself will pay insurance policy for an employee. The company will pay the insurance. The second one is leave travel. Leave travel means the company itself will bear all the traveling allowances. And the next one is retirement benefits. Retirement benefits means getting gratuity or getting retirement benefits like pension, PF, gratuity, etc. And holiday homes. Holiday homes means the company itself will provide a holiday trip to the employee. And flexible timings means the employee can come at his flexible time to the organization. These are some of the indirect compensations what we will to the organization for our services provided to the organization. These are the types of compensation what we are having in compensation management. In going to see about factors influencing compensation. If factors influencing compensation means we will have internal factors and as well as external factors. What is meant by internal factors? Internal factors means the factors which are influencing internally within the organization. What are the factors influencing within the organization are known as internal factors. Now let's see the factors what are influencing internally. Factors affecting internally are ability to pay, which means the organization the organization's ability that how much it can pay to its employee. And in the same way, the second internal factor what influences compensation is employee performance, means how the employee is performing. In the same way, employee experience, how the employee is experienced, and employee seniority and employee potential. Based on these employers or employee performance or experience in seniority and potential, the compensation will be fixed or the compensation will be given to the employee by the employer. And the third one is job requirements. Based on the job also the compensation will be depended. And in the same way, job evaluation means evaluating a job, which means how much difficulty will be there in the job and how to do the job. It totally based on the it is a internal factor which influences on compensation. And the last one of the internal factors is organization strategy. How organization wanted to pay to its employee is totally dependent on fixation of the compensation for an employee. These are the internal factors which influence a compensation. Let's see about external factors. External factors means out of the organization what are the factors influencing the compensation are known as external factors. And some of the external factors which influence the compensation are laws and regulations provided by the government, which means first suppose the basic salary is determined, like the government employees will get their basic salary based on the salary determined by the government itself. In the same way, some regulation acts and some laws are there in order to determine the wage and works hours, how much time, and it's based on the working hours, how much time the workers are working, is on those basis also the compensation will be provided. And compulsory time of minimum wage, overtime, these are all determined on the laws and regulations. And the second one is labor market. The labor market will determine a daily wage for a labor. According to that only the organizations will provide a daily wage to its labor or to its employees. In the same way, economy. Yeah, and in some economic conditions also the employees salary and the employees compensation is depend. Technological changes and academic institutions inflation, these are some of the external factors which influence the compensation. In this class we have discussed about what is the types of compensation, and we have discussed about factors influencing compensation, plans and policies. So, in the next class, we are going to learn about wage and salary administration and how the wage acts as an motivator. Thank you.